if you're spreading light, you're going to spread some shadow too. And that doesn't mean that it's bad. Hello everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to our daily ritual. I'm Reese from the Cohere Collective, and today we are focusing on the second pillar of coherence, which is source that manifests as spirituality. This is an offered intention. It's my focus going into our ritual today. But of course, if there's anything else that you would like to focus on or bring in partnership with this session today, please do so. As we get started, I'm going to light some sage to cleanse our shared space, set the tone for our moment together today. And as I do so, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your vision and begin to deepen your breath. As this breath deepens, it is time to come into the present moment. If you can, maybe start to notice where your body is a little tense and send the breath there. Maybe between the eyebrows, in the jaw, the shoulders, your scalp, the bottoms of your feet. Breathe in, and on the exhale, release. Feel the air from your lungs tickling your nose or your lips, and feel how you are in alignment with the divine process of life. Your breath is representation of this divine process. And now give yourself permission to let these next few minutes just be for you. Here in a moment, I am going to invite you to take a deep breath with me, and when we do so, I want you to make it the deepest breath of the day so far. Okay, whenever you're ready, take that deep breath in, and keep going. Fill up as much as you can, and exhale, letting out any stagnant old air or energy. And tune into the collective, to all of the energies and souls that are joining us here across space, across time, sharing this breath, and sharing this ritual. Slowly allow your breathing to return to a comfortable rhythm. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Okay, I am going to start shuffling our cards for today. And as I do so, I invite you to call back in this theme of source, of spirituality, and anything else you may have called in to our session today. That look was because I'm excited about this card. Our card today is the sun. Oh, what a beautiful card. Of course, we see the beautiful sun shining in the sky overhead, some sunflowers in the background, and a cutie little cherubim riding on a blonde, beautiful horse with a red flowing drape piece of fabric behind them. And the sun represents positivity. It represents bringing light in every sense of the word. And it also represents masculine energy. It's stepping into authority, control, and the higher dominion of the mind, if that language makes sense. The sun today, with spirituality, I'm feeling called to talk about non-duality here. So, non-duality is the concept that we are actually not separate from anything in this world, that I am actually a part of everything that exists around me. The microphone that I'm talking into, the computer that is in front of me, we are really not different in the way that our human minds consider us and perceive us to be different from these objects. Non-duality calls us to think about the building blocks of life, how we are all in a quantum way made up of atoms that are moving at really, really fast speeds, that in wave frequencies, and our mind interprets those as particles that are instantiating in this moment and this moment and this moment so that our minds can interpret it as an experience. I think this idea of non-duality is important, not just when we think about spirituality in the way that we are connected to Source and Source is connected to us, because in the very same way, we are not separate from Source, and we are Source as much as Source is us, right? It is also important in this self-growth, self-work arena to not see the light as good and the dark as bad. Non-duality. The light is just as much a part of the dark as the dark is just as much a part of the light. When the sun is shining so brightly, that is when a shadow is cast. You cannot have that shadow without the light. And the light would not be what light is if it didn't cast a shadow. That does not mean that the shadow is bad, that it is something to be afraid of, or that the sun is good. It means that these are aspects to pay attention to bring our awareness to. And I think non-duality really calls us to look at why we place value judgments on things. Why are certain things considered good and other things considered bad? What is good? What is bad, right? These are concepts that we as humans have come up with to be able to walk through life in an easier, more digestible way, because it's shorthand, right? These words and concepts of good and bad is a shorthand to be able to function within the 3D, because I can't have this conversation every single time I'm like, oh, well, that's good. Awesome. Right? That would get way too complicated and we never get anything done. But when we're actually thinking about these deeper things, this theme of Source, it's important to call, sorry, there's like a hair there. I got it. But when we're thinking of these deeper things, it is a call to pay attention to that. And why is light the thing that we want to spread? And we want to shut out the darkness. Well, babe, if you're spreading light, you're going to spread some shadow too. And that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just the nature of that thing. So with this sun card, I think this is asking us to remember the divinity that exists within us. And I want to be specific about when I use the word divinity or divine or even God, I'm not trying to say light. I'm not trying to say the one universal good, right? It's everything. It's the yin and the yang. That is the thing. Today, we are being asked to focus on the light, but keep in mind that our shadow is a part of that too. The sun shines on the moon, and the moon controls the tides, it controls our emotions, it controls cycles. The moon is the solar body that is the closest to us, that moves in the most conjunction with us. So pay attention to the light and how you use it and how you wield it, not as a way to try and outshine the shadow, but as a way to call in respect for these other dimensions of life, for the shadow, that without the shadow we could not have the sun. To move into our mantra today, inspired by this theme of source, spirituality, and our card, the sun, and anything else that you may have called in to this session, our mantra is going to be, I am in divine balance. I think this idea of equilibrium, going back to incorporating non-duality, really isn't about balancing these two aspects perfectly. It is realizing that they are one and the same, and therefore really can never be out of balance unless we are kind of adding that imbalance back into the equation, if that makes sense. It's almost just a remembrance of what is. Okay, I'm going to invite you to take another deep breath with me, and on the exhale, we will repeat this mantra of I am in divine balance. Whenever your breathing pattern allows, take that deep breath in. And exhale, repeating our mantra, I am in divine balance. And within that too, it's a reminder that fear, doubt, shame, guilt, abandonment, these quote unquote shadowy feelings, shadowy emotions aren't bad in and of themselves. They are part of not just being able to appreciate their solar counterparts, but of growing and holding all of this as true. Carl Jung has a quote, I must have my shadow if I am to be whole. It's not about becoming your highest self. It is about becoming your wholest self. For our practice today, I want you to think on one of these qualities that tends to feel negative or bad in your mind. For me, a big one is fear, also shame. Those are two that I really struggle with and I really characterize as bad things in my mind. But whatever those big ones are to you, call them to mind. And in whatever reflective practice works for you, could be journaling, could be meditation, could be talking out loud to yourself, could be a conversation with a trusted friend or family member. Think about these concepts. What do they mean? What does my fear actually mean to me? Why do I feel like that is a bad thing? And how can it actually serve me? How does bringing my awareness to it, bringing a bit of light to the shadow, remind me of why the depth of this shadow is necessary for my wholest self? Thank you very much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed this ritual. If you did, please share it with someone that you think would also enjoy it or maybe needs this reminder today. Comment down below what this quality is that came to mind. Like I said, mine are very much fear and shame. Those are interrelated for me, but if you feel comfortable, because of course that's a vulnerable thing, I would like to know what that is, because I have a feeling those of us called to this work and to this space probably are similar in some of those ways, but also that will help me know what us as a collective is working on right now and wants to continue working on, and how we can integrate these things. Again, thank you very much for being here, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow. Our Daily Ritual is a podcast by the Cohere Collective that helps you build purpose and coherence into your daily routine. Wherever you may be listening or watching, please follow, subscribe, leave us a like, a 5-star rating, or a review. I am a broken record with these things, but as you know, it tickles the algorithm. I was watching a video today and the creator said that, and I really liked that. It tickles the algorithm for me, but it also lets me know the content that you are enjoying so that I can continue bringing you things that resonate for all of us. A big thank you to Puddington Bear for our Daily Rituals theme music, and I hope you feel like you are living more coherently. Until next time, love.